You're now tuned in to the Soulful Stir with Tash and Diamond Symoné.
Okay, we live.
What's up, y'all? Happy Sunday. It's your girl, Tash.
It's your girl, Diamond. I never say it's your girl. That's a Tash line. But welcome to another episode of the Soulful Stir. I'm Diamond Symoné once again. Oh, we already said that. Never mind. It's been a long day. I promise you it's been a long day.
Yeah.
And my sinuses are starting to flare up. Also, so I'm just whatever. Tell me something good. Well, not tell me something good, but what's been going on in your neighborhood?
So I am doing the coat drive, and thankfully it's coming to a close. And I only say thankfully because I've been running from one side of town to the other all week, meeting people, dropping off coats, coordinating drop-offs. It's just been a lot. And, I'm not a very patient person. So I'm just kind of spread thin when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So I'm just once again happy that I was able to do this. But next year I'm already logistically planning how it could be different to reduce stress on my end for sure. But on the other side of things, in true Tash fashion, I have gone rogue and I went and bought a car today.
What kind of car did you get?
I got a crossover.
Oh, you got a truck?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to tell us exactly what kind of car you got.
I'll tell you, but it's just I needed another car. I just did not want to get a car note, which I essentially don't have to. But yeah, I essentially went and did everything today. She just told me to come pick the car up in the morning. So I guess I'm going to go buy a car. And it's crazy because I was talking to my best friend this morning, and it's just in the ridiculousness of my life. It was just a regular everyday thing. Like, she was like, so what you doing today? I was like, girl, I got to go do this. I got to go drop off these coats. I was like, I got to go buy a car. She was like, you want to go buy a car? I was like, yeah. She was like, why? And I was like, well, it was time. And I was like, you going to be here next week. We going to this concert. And I just don't want no problems. Like, my car was already kind of like doing its own little thing. And so I was like, I just don't want no problems. Like, I just don't feel like dealing with it. So I just went and bought a car.
Sometimes it gets to that point where you just like fed up.
Yeah, and it wasn't, when I say I'm exhausted from the process, but not in the way of like, oh my God, I've been trying to figure it out and figure out how it's going to work. Like, I literally got online yesterday with Navy Federal and went through this pre-approval process. And they was like, okay, you approved. We're going to send you a check tomorrow. I was like, oh, bet. Really? Like, is that easy? Like, it's been a long time since I bought a car. My Acura is a 2015. Like, I haven't bought a car in a long time. So I just was like, oh, is that? Okay, great. Let's do it. And so I did that. I had already had my mind made up. Like, not to be cliche, but one of the things I did have on my vision board this year was for me to buy a new car. But I had something totally different in mind. But I had to logistically and logically think about like the ramifications of me buying what I wanted right now. Like, financially, can I buy it? Absolutely. Does it make logical sense? Absolutely not. Because what I want essentially is an EV, and I'm still in an apartment. And until I buy a house where I can have my own EV charger set up, I just don't think it's a logistical like thing to do, because I don't want to be limited in my travel. Like, it's a gas station everywhere. EV chargers to fit my vehicle? Not so much. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to make the decision for me right now. So not that I bought anything that I feel like is temporary, but I know I'm not bound to anything long term. So I'm not stressing myself about like the longevity of it, which I bought a good car, but I just know that I foresee And I am affirming and manifesting that my life is going to be so different in the next 3 years that I probably won't even need a car. You know what I'm saying? Let alone that one. Or I will be able to be in something different. So, nonetheless, I went and bought a brand new vehicle today. Like, it has 17 miles on it. And yeah, so I feel like I deserve it. Like, I've been through a whole lot in these last few years.
I got how many miles on it?
17.
Oh, yeah, you bought a literally brand new car.
Yeah,
It's
I
a new
put
car.
about 5 of those on there in the test drive.
Oh, yeah.
It was 17. Like when I checked the app that goes along with the car, because the car comes with the app. When I checked the app today when I got home, based on the VIN number she gave me and the information from that purchase, it said 17 miles. Like I can see how much gas is in the car. I can see how much air is in the tires. I can see everything, and it's exactly 17 miles on it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So, yes. So, I'm excited. I deserve it. I need
Congratulations.
it. And I was telling my aunt yesterday, I was talking to her about it. I was like, next time you see me, I'm going to get a new car. And I said, I think it's just one of the gifts that I deserve because I believe that Acura has been through a lot. Like, I feel like I'm in a point in my life where I'm transitioning, like, on this upward trajectory. And when I say transitioning, I mean to a title, like to a totally different level of like unfathomable success. And I don't say that to be arrogant. I just say in the last few years, if like people understood what I've gone through, like even before losing my son, my niece, my nephews, like losing my grandfathers, before that, I damn near had a nervous breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit that pushed me to move back to Michigan. It wasn't like I just woke up one day and was like, oh, I want to go back home with my family. I literally was in a mental health crisis. My hair started falling out. Like I was going through a lot. Like I looked really bad. Like I was skinny. I looked so sad. It was a lot. And so from about 2019 up until this year, I just been even this year I've been handed like some of the worst situations ever. And now, you know what I'm saying? Now it's God like we about to ball. You know what I'm saying? So shit, what better way to start that off is by why not buying a car? Because I say all of that to say I went through all of those years with that car. You know what I'm saying? Like I cried many tears in that vehicle, doing a lot of stuff, burying people, trying to figure out why I have to continue to do the things that I'm doing and losing people. Like I went through so much. Like I feel like that car just had a cloud of sadness over it. And it was hard to let it go because that's the only car that I've ever had, that Royce was in with me. So I, often look in the back seat and I miss him. And, I always think about him saying, I want to get a mommy car. I want to get a mommy car. Like just little stuff. And I miss it. But at the same time, I feel like I needed to let it go. Like that was one of the things that was kind of making it hard for me to move past certain things that were keeping me stuck. And I'm just a big energy person, so I just wanted to get the energy of like certain people, places, things just out, you know what I'm saying, like away from me. And I'm not saying that my son is one of them. I'm just saying that some of the grief that I felt, like I sat in that car for days, hours at a time crying, you know what I'm saying, at some point in time, like trying to go places and couldn't pull off because I was so grief stricken. Like I don't want to remember those times anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to remember that stuff. So it was time. Like I needed a fresh start, and I think it's gonna start here with a new car.
Yeah, I feel like we underestimate how much of an attachment we have to our cars because of things like that. Because you think of all the different situations you've been in with driving that car. And our cars are a big part of our lives, whether we realize it or not. At least for people that live in a state like Michigan where, our transit system is cool, but it's not up there with like, New York in terms of the way that people use the transit system every day. But we go through a lot in the midst of being or having our vehicles or being in the vehicle. And I definitely have had my days of crying on the way home from work, or maybe even to work or wherever. So I totally get it. All I can say is out with the old and in with the new.
Yeah.
And all of the blessings that are associated with the changes that are occurring. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking at my Zodiac right now, and I just want to let people know. Sometimes the app just says anything, honestly. Because right now it says, make a list of every person you've ever loved and send them each a handwritten letter.
Is that the pattern app?
Co-star.
Oh, co-star. Well, yeah, that's what I meant. That I hate. Oh God, they always say something crazy that I don't want to hear.
I'm not doing that. What makes you think they should be writing a love letter to me? Well, it doesn't say a love letter, but a handwritten letter. Either way, they should be writing me a handwritten letter. Like, I know. That was just wild for me to see today. Like, okay, and then do what? Like, am I supposed to give the letter to them? Am I, like, no. Too many question marks. I'm straight. I'm so straight. But I do want to slide over to Mind, Body, and Balance because I have returned. Well, I never really stopped reading. Like, you know, I just felt we haven't talked about reading in a couple episodes. Maybe. But I am currently reading Matriarch by Tina Knowles.
I told you I read it.
It's a really good book.
I told you I loved it. I told you it made me like her a whole lot more than I ever thought I would. But she's also a Capricorn woman, and listening to her tell her story, I can hear a lot of it.
Definitely.
And it's weird because when I very first found out that Matthew Knowles was a Capricorn, I realized, I was like, that's why they split. And have you gotten to the part where she's like, when she met him, she was like, he's a Capricorn like me, so I just knew we would work. And I was like, girl, that's what we always think, because ain't no way.
Yeah. I even thought it was, let me just back it up. This is such a beautifully written book. And it's written in a way of like, it's so relatable. Like, you can understand like the story clearly. There are certain points in the book that make you sad, that make you laugh. The fact that she said that she rolls the best blunts is so funny to me.
First of all, I laughed at, like, I love the book so much, and I felt so close to it. Now, every time I see somebody post a picture of her, the first thing I say to myself is badass Teeny B.
Badass Teeny B.
Badass Teeny B. Because I'm like, I could just imagine that she was probably hell when she was little, because I never thought I was bad. But when I go back and listen to some stories of like what people say, like, they be like, you wasn't bad, but it was a lot to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it was like you were very sure of yourself and what you wanted and how you wanted things to be. And you wasn't going to let nobody get in the way of that. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, that don't usually come off as the right way.
Yeah, and I think too, like, based off of what I'm reading, because I'm halfway through the book now, based off of what I'm reading, you can also see a lot of her in both Beyonce and Solange. Yes. From what we know, you know, about them, or what we've seen in terms of their work ethic and how they communicate. I'm only obviously speaking from just the behind the scenes footage and things, or interviews that we've seen with them, but you can see a lot of her in them. I wasn't expecting as much detail as she goes into with her family and her upbringing and all of like the racial turmoil that she and trauma that she experienced as a child. And I also really love that she puts statistics in this book and drops like hard facts about facts that are specific to the Black community and the things that we have to endure, whether it has to do with medical trauma or police brutality and trauma. Like, she's dropping all these different, or health concerns too, because she drops a lot of knowledge about that. And I really appreciated that. So if you have not read Matriarch, please go run and get this book. It's actually available on the library app. You can listen to it on audio or read it.
Do you physically have the book, or are you listening to the audio?
I'm listening to it.
So I'm listening to the audio, but I just reserved the actual physical copy through the public library around the corner from me, because from what she's going to come to a certain point in the book, and I hate that she does it so late, because I would have stopped at the beginning, but you'll hear it. If she's going to come to the point like later on in the book where she's going to reference like the pictures that you see are these people. So now I want to actually go get the
So you
book
can see the
from the
pictures,
library,
yeah.
because I want to see the pictures, because I really believe she put pictures of like her Uncle Johnny, you know what I'm saying, like
I
all
had
of
to
the
look
different,
up a
well, her
picture of
nephew
Uncle-
Johnny, I'm sorry, that
Uncle
was her
Johnny.
nephew. She was his auntie, but he was older than her. But her nephew Johnny, like I'm pretty sure that she put pictures of those people in the
Yeah.
book, and that's what I really want to see.
They had such a beautiful relationship too.
Yes,
And,
that was probably my favorite portion of the book. Was how she constantly, how they protected one another,
Yeah.
regardless of their relationship as aunt and nephew. You know what I'm saying? And that age difference of, you know, kind of a May December aunt nephew type of situation.
It was more that of brother and sister for sure, based off of the way that the relationship is described. And I even thought it was just so cool the way she describes her the relationship that Beyonce and Solange had with him.
Yes.
As well. That was really, really dope. So yeah, if you haven't read this book, just go ahead and grab it. Listen to it on audio. She is reading the audio book too.
That's why I like
which is
it.
also really cool because you can hear the emotion when she's recalling these different times of her life. There are points where I'm like, I can tell that she's crying or, you know, getting ready to cry, reading certain points of the book when she's describing what's going on. And I also love how she goes into detail about their relationship with Kelly. Because for a long time there was a lot of speculation around their relationship. And like I remember even seeing that Kelly was Matthew's daughter. Like
they always said that.
Yeah, and it's like that's not the actual story. That's not the truth. And so I just thought that was a really cool thing to learn about. Listen, I can't put it down.
Yeah,
I'm in the car. I'm at work. Like every time somebody say something to me, I gotta take my headphones out. I'm listening to this book. It's getting so good. It's a true book. Page turner. So yeah, that's been soothing me the last couple of days and give me something to take a deep dive into and learn something, but also feel the connection that so many of us, almost all of us, I would say, have just as people of color. You know, it's some things that like she describes in the book or like recalls, and I'm like, that is so familiar.
Yeah.
Even like to my family when she's recounting learning how to cook from her mother. So yeah, read Matriarch, y'all. I got another book on my horizon. I might tell y'all about it, but shameless plug, I still have a book club, and if you want to be a part of it, we are accepting new members. We are local in Detroit. We do meet up in person too. We had a lot of people that was in the book club. They got kicked out. I'm going to tell you why. If you don't intend to read the books or join the meeting, like, it's no point in being a part of the book club because we actually do read. We actually do meet up, and it's turned into such a beautiful connection because these are what we anticipate being lifelong relationships with women who have a common interest in reading and so many other things too. Like, it's really a beautiful group. So I'm going to but I'll list the link to sign up in the description if you want to sign up for our book club. I know I just said a lot.
Yes,
I'm just so excited about Matriarch. Like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, it's a really good book.
I wasn't expecting, like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was just like, this is so good.
I'm not really
so descriptive, so beautifully written.
Yeah, I like that about it. So y'all know that I don't usually. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I don't usually.
I usually don't do this, but
listen to the newer female rappers because I kind of automatically don't think I'm gonna like them. Well, as y'all know, as I discuss all the time, I'm a Kinder Man stan.
I like her too. She's cool.
You know, I love Kinder Man. I like Lotto.
I love Lotto.
And that's probably about it, to be completely honest. Like, that I would listen to on a regular basis. Like, I like some songs of Meg's, but I'm not really a Meg fan. But I say all that to say, so there's the girl, Monaleo. And so I didn't know anything about this girl until she had that beautiful ghetto nigga wedding. Like, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean it in the most uplifting of black ways possible. That this was the most high class ballerific nigga wedding I had ever seen, and it was beautiful.
Whose wedding was it?
Monaleo and Stunner. I don't know who her husband is. I'm assuming he's a rapper. I don't know none of these kids, but I'm gonna say this. So I saw that beautiful wedding. He was crying, she was crying, baby. I was crying. We were all was crying. It was such a beautiful, spectacular black affair.
Oh, I'm looking at pictures. She had a pink dress.
Yes, it was so, girl, the videos don't do
like
it justice,
princess.
though. If you see he's crying, like he could got true emotion. Like if you see them at the reception, it's such a beautiful thing. Well, I tried to listen to some of her music because I seen the wedding and everybody's like, Monaleo, Monaleo. And they've been putting her song, Putting You Down or whatever on the, on their little TikTok video. So I said, well, let me listen to one of these girls. Well, I think I started with Kinderman, and you know how Apple Music or Spotify, they'll just keep playing other stuff that's in that same genre. So this song started off really good. It's called Bigger Than Big, I think is what it's called. And it's one of Monaleo songs. And it started off really good. Like the beat at that point started good. And like what she was saying, I was like, okay, I could get with this. And then the beat dropped to something else. And it sounded like Ringling Brothers circus music or like the music from the ice cream truck. And I was really disappointed. I absolutely hated it. And so then I tried to listen to a few other songs, and I don't know if it's bad production.
Could be.
Or what, but I don't like them beats. Like the beats, I had to let you listen. Like one of the songs, I don't like the way it dropped. I listened to another song of hers last night because I was trying to prepare for today. And I was trying to think like, is it her or is it the beats? And I really think it's the beats. Because the other song she had, she's like, hell yeah, I'm riding the beat, something, something, something. And that was on the song, I think, Putting You Down or whatever it was called. And it was kind of cool or whatever, but the beats just sound kind of off. Like, I don't know if they don't match the inflection or the tone of her voice. It's something about it, but I feel like every time I try to...
Bless you.
Every time I try to, like, give something new a chance, I hate it. And I be trying to give stuff a chance because I hate feeling like I don't like nothing. You know what I'm saying? But... it just wasn't.
But I don't like
me.
nothing.
Yeah, like I don't like nothing, and I think that's okay. Like it's okay for me to be that way, but I really try to like it, but it's so crazy because people keep using the track for like TikTok videos and stuff, and when I listen to other podcasts, people be talking about it like. Grits and Eggs, Deontay Kyle, he had her on an episode, I believe, and they were talking to her about like why she didn't invite them to their wedding, like they was being funny or whatever. And I was like, but that girl is not a good rapper. Yeah,
Which is so interesting because I've seen so many people talk about Monaleo, and she is getting a lot of traction. I haven't listened to any of her music, and maybe I'll go and give it a spin to see. But I know exactly what you're saying because I've heard several artists' songs, and I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like their vocals and their flow is clashing with the production. It's clashing with the beat. And so it ruins the whole song. Like I can't really groove to it because they're not in the pocket of the music how they're supposed to be.
That's exactly what
or
it is.
It sounds like they're kind of rapping on top of the beat or going against the beat. Like it's just so maybe the flow is good and maybe the production is good separately, but the two don't quite match. When I hear songs like that too, I want to know like who's in the production space with them. Like, why is nobody calling us out? Or like, are we hearing the music differently than what other people are?
Because let me tell you something. If I was an artist and I'm a listener, if somebody brought me that beat, I gotta let you listen to it because it just sounds like loud circus music, and I'm like, who's writing to this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I love about Kinderman's production. It's like low beats, but they hit hard. So you can't hear nothing but her. You know what I'm saying? Talking her shit on the mic. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Like they hit hard. She got some beats and she know how to ride them. Like the ad libs are on point. Like her production is A1. I don't know who's producing this girl Monaleo stuff, but I would love to hear her rap over somebody else's beats, like something different, to see how she sounds, because whoever is making the beats for her right now, I don't think they really doing her no justice, because I don't want to say she can't rap. I'm just going to want to say I need to hear her under different production, because I've done that with big artists before. Like, I've heard a song before them, like a popular artist, and I'm like, I absolutely hate this song. And then when I hear them get new production, it's like, wow, it changes the whole way you hear the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think people need to work with her versus giving her something and she trying to work with it.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of that, I didn't have anything for sound check, but you just reminded me of something, because I saw a clip of this beautiful artist at the Essence Power 100 event. Ari Lennox. We haven't talked about her yet on this pod.
Probably not. I don't think so.
I don't like Ari's new stuff.
I haven't listened to it. She lost me after the first album because she talked too much.
We did talk about Ari.
Yeah, I
because
can't.
You did say that she does talk too much.
Yeah, like it's just doing too much for me.
I love Ari Lennox. Shea Butter Baby, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That first album and stuff was good, but after that, I just stopped listening.
I even like ASL.
I don't think
I like that album too, but it's something like this new kind of old sound that I don't know.
But she might be another person that's falling victim to that, because she's not with Trillville anymore, is she? She not signed to J. Cole no more, is she? Because remember, she had a whole issue with them. That was
Dreamville. Call it Trillville.
Girl, I don't know. Listen, I don't like J. Cole. Mike hate that. I do not like J. Cole. Like, I just feel like he's the Andre 3000 wannabe. And
I love
all
J.
his
Cole.
stuff just be sounding the same to me.
I like J. Cole, but
no,
she's
not signed to Dreamville no more. I think it's a production thing, because she was online talking about them for the longest. That's half the reason why she was getting on people's nerve, because she kept saying that J. Cole duped her or whatever with her deal and all that other stuff. Like, she was beefed out with them. If I vividly remember correctly.
Oh yeah, she is not.
Act. She's a former.
She's no longer
now.
signed to Dreamville. Mm-hmm. She parted ways in April of this year, and she's now under Interscope Records. But I do feel like, I don't know, the sound is just not hitting for me. And I do believe, and I've said this before, I do believe in giving artists space to grow and space to experiment with new sound. There's just a way to do it, and somebody's gonna like it. So obviously a lot of people like it. It's just not landing well for me. And I just thought about that. Like, it sounds like her vocals are wonderful, but it's that clash that's happening. Like, what made you go this route, like, with this sound? I don't know. I'm hoping that things will change. But if they don't, hey, I'm not losing anything from it. So that's my little spiel about Ari. I do want to hop over to the Delicious Dive, because I found a very fascinating fact today that I'm almost certain a lot of people do not know.
And what is that?
When you think about peanuts, what's the first thing you think about when you think about peanuts?
Peanuts?
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah. Like, it's a thing. Like, peanuts. That's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think about peanuts when I think about peanuts.
I guess you could say peanut butter, but
I think about George Washington Carver.
No, like, if you say peanuts, the first thing I'm going to think about is peanuts or peanut butter. Like, I'm not going to, like, peanuts.
Well, I'm about to blow your mind, because I would have never thought that peanuts will be associated with gemstones. Can you guess the correlation? Mm-mm. Well, peanuts can be turned into diamonds.
Never knew that.
That is very wild to me. And apparently it's because of their high carbon content. But yeah, I found this fact today and I was pretty blown away. So peanuts can be turned into diamonds in a lab by applying extreme pressure and heat to the carbon-rich peanut butter. So you're actually applying it to peanut butter. Let me find out. So there's a German geophysicist, Dan Frost. He successfully created tiny diamonds out of peanut butter by crushing it between two diamonds in a diamond anvil cell. I have no idea what any of this means. This is very scientific. Under the pressures of up to 1.3 million times Earth's pressure. Okay. So basically, this is a slow process taking weeks for these diamonds to form. But I would have never thought in a million years that someone could take peanut butter and, yeah, just casually turn them into tiny diamonds.
That's very interesting.
In a lab. Like, damn, are we eating diamonds?
We know a whole lot of shit we don't know about.
Then I thought, I was like, what if my nickname was Peanut growing up? That was a crazy correlation. But, like, I was thinking that on my way here.
I call my nephew Peanut.
Like, what if that was my nickname growing up? But, yeah, the more you know.
That's interesting.
And there's, like, when I be finding these facts and falling out rabbit holes about it, I really be like, dang, it's so much that we really genuinely don't know. And especially about topics such as food. Like, it's so many random facts about food and different foods and hybrids, the process of all of this shit that we just don't be knowing. And this is one of them. I think I'm going to get on YouTube and try to see if there's a video showing this actual experiment, because I want to see what the end product looks like.
Oh, of making the diamond out of peanut butter? I mean, I don't think it's something that... Do you really think it's something that you'll be able to just...
do at home?
Well,
definitely
just watch.
not.
It's probably not a quick process. Like, this is probably...
Oh, no, this takes... it takes weeks to do. But I'm saying, like, it might be like a time lapse kind of thing. You know how, like, sometimes they'll show you the process of something and it's a time lapse. That could definitely be a thing. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted on that if you care to know.
That's very interesting. I would love to see. That's like, and it's funny because that's the kind of experiments I used to do at home with Royce and like my niece and them when they were little. I used to always have them like growing some stuff or doing something different, to like give them something to look forward to and keep their attention span like active, you know.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
That's always fun. You remind me of, well, we didn't really do a lot of experiments. We didn't do any experiments at my aunt Sharon's house, but Sharon just used to let us do whatever the we wanted to do. And so, I want to bring Sharon on this podcast one of these days because she has such an interesting life experience to share. But yeah, we used to love going over there because she would just let us be kids and do whatever we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And within reason. But like one time, I can't wait to bring this up. Once we were playing hide and go seek, and my cousin climbed in her dryer and broke it somehow. Oh, that was the end of that. I mean, she must have cussed everybody out, even the dog, that day, and sent everybody home. But yeah, I can't wait to ask her about. Well, I'm not gonna ask her about it because I was there. I know what happened, but I'm just gonna bring it up for good measure at some point. We gotta get her on the pod. There's this other thing I want to talk about. Content creators specifically that interest me in the space that I'm in my life right now. Definitely in the space of transitioning to greater things. But there's just a lot of change, just a lot of moving parts is happening. This is a time for me like to study, you know, if you will, season of study. And I came across Michelle Obama's podcast that she has with her brother.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some clips of it on social media.
It's a really great podcast. They talk about a lot of good topics, and it's very thought-provoking. This particular episode, they had Tracy Ellis Ross as a guest. You know, I'm a Tracy Ellis Ross stan. But I'm always interested in what Tracy Ellis Ross has to say about certain topics. And I happened to watch 2 different interviews that she had within like a 3-day span. One about business, the other one was about relationships. This one in particular was about relationships. And within the episode, they were talking about this list of questions that Michelle Obama's brother, I don't really know his name. Let me look. I know, I'm not trying to, I gotta look up his name, y'all. Hold on. Craig. His name is Craig.
Yes, her brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Craig, he was talking about this list that he had for his now current wife, if I'm not mistaken. And it was like a list of 30 something questions. Like they went on a vacation and he had all these questions to ask her to see if they were compatible, if they were a good match. And I was like, dang, I've never done something like that before. Usually the questions, I mean, obviously you get to know your partner in time and you will ask, the important questions as you go on and get to know each other. But I hadn't shown up to a table of like a list of like questions that were very specific to what I desire in a partner. And that will give me a full assessment of compatibility with that person. Now, something that I ain't gonna tell y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I be doing. Okay, yes, I am. So something that I do tend to do. There's I might take a stack of cards on a date, and this could be a friend date or a romantic, date. The tonight's conversation cards. I might bring those.
Absolutely hate those cards. I told you about my experience with those. Absolutely hate those.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your experience.
I absolutely hate that.
That's very specific experience. That had my experience with the cards happened way before, everything happened with you, fortunately. So I was just sitting thinking, like, at first it seemed overwhelming, but I'm like, in the span of sitting down and being on a vacation with somebody where it's just the two of you and you have this time to just sit and talk and truly get to know each other and get granular on the details, that's actually a very great idea. But one of the questions that stuck out to me in that list of questions that they were talking about was, how do you argue? It stuck out because I had never asked somebody that. How do you argue? And I think that's something that we should be asking people that we want to date.
But I don't think it
are dating.
I don't think logically that there's a black or white way to answer that question, because the way I've argued with one partner in the past is not necessarily the way I've argued with somebody else. The way I argue with one of my brothers is not the way I argue with the other one, because everybody's different and you have different personalities. So I don't think, and so that's what I was going to say about the whole question thing in general. I don't agree with it. I think it was think it would be overwhelming. And I would honestly say if I were to go on a date with somebody and they started asking me questions, that would be our last date. Because
but I feel like they were pretty knee deep in this point because they were on a vacation together. But I feel like
if we that knee deep, I feel like, well, that don't necessarily mean nothing. I know people that have met and went on a vacation the next weekend. But what I'm saying is, I think a lot of stuff can organically happen because you can answer, for me, a person could answer all those questions ideally the right way that I would want them to, and it still could be something about them that I don't like. So just because they answer the questions right or wrong doesn't mean that is going to exclusively decide for me if we're compatible or not. I think it takes the totality of circumstances, not just a few answers to questions. And that would just overwhelm me. Like, I don't want to be interviewed. I would feel like if you like me enough, conversations just flow naturally and we can talk about different things. And I shouldn't have to feel like you reading off a script, because then I'm going to be like, damn, do you just sit down and ask everybody these same questions? Because now I'm going to feel like I'm just a person trying to fill a spot for you. This is your list of questions like an interviewee. This is your job application. And this is what's going to determine whether you get this job or not. Everybody is different. Everybody not going to answer the questions the same. Like, for example, one thing I always think about with myself is I think about it. I have this weird question. When people ask me that are trying to date me, do I say, yes, I do have kids, and then they're expecting to see some kids come around my house and it ain't no kid, and then I'm like, oh, this is what happened to my kid? Or are they expecting me to say, no, I don't have any because I don't physically have one earth side? I answer the question how I see fit at that moment, not to appease the other party. But in my mind, sometimes I don't want to explain it. For example, when I went to the dealership today, the lady was like, you have any kids? You have any pets? I didn't feel like all the conversation, so I just said no. Any other time I would be like, yes, I'm a mom, I have a son, and then they would ask me questions, and then we would get down that road if he's no longer here. But I didn't feel like that, so I said no. But sometimes if you catch me at the right spot, I might say yes. And so that might be one of those questions for people that makes or breaks things. Because I remember at one point when I was, well, not now because it's different, but when I was dating before I had my son, I was a hard no if you had children. So once again, if I'm just asking questions and not getting to understand the explanation behind the answer in an organic form, it kind of defeats the purpose of like us really getting to know each other and dating if we're just going to ask questions off a piece of paper or just like ask a preset level of questions. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if you talk to somebody enough organically, a lot of those questions will be answered.
Well, I'm definitely going to ask some questions in the future. And I'm not saying, I for damn sure, I don't think I'll be asking 30-something questions in one sitting. I think that's a bit overwhelming for the both of us. And I think it's a lot for me personally to dissect. But if I would love to go on a vacation with someone relatively early on of dating them. I would probably say like maybe after 3 months of dating them, I will go on a vacation with somebody just to have that alone time away from the world to see, one, how do you vacation? Because this is a big deal. But then the other thing is, I think that, yes, I see what you're saying in terms of the way that someone argues with one person may not be reflective of the next experience or the next person that they argue with. But I do believe that there are concrete things that may not change when you're trying to get your point across and when shit gets heated. And those things typically transpire from relationship to relationship, no matter the person. So, and I'll give you an example. And an ex actually told me this. And I didn't believe it until it happened to me. And so one of my exes, he told me that he and his ex-girlfriend would argue often and it would get really heated. And, you know, he described his temperament to me. I had never seen that side of him. So I'm like, okay, you know, we good. Until one day I did see that side of him. And I was like, absolutely not, because I don't argue like that. Yeah. And my temperament does not change. I don't think it changes depending on the person that I'm talking to. I'm pretty like even keeled like all the way around. So when it comes to arguing, especially in a relationship, I really try, even if I'm pissed off, I really try to remember the person that I'm talking to in the moment. And also realize like I don't have to hit below the belt. And I don't have to get loud. Me getting loud is really, it's really pointless. Like to me, like for me, I could be just as passionate and be talking to you just like this. Yeah. And I will feel fine. Like I don't feel like I need to raise my voice, but I don't do well with people that do raise their voice. So if you get to yelling at me, you get to throwing shit and just doing all types of stuff, like I'm gonna be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That might be a red flag for me. I feel like I require a partner that can meet me in that space and not overstep boundaries. So I do think that there are concrete things that don't change when you're arguing with somebody. But you do have a valid point in terms of like what you're saying. And I get that 1000%. I kind of ebb and flow whether I want to talk, like how deep do I want to get today, or how much do I want to share with somebody about whatever it is. Could be the work that I do, or, you know, my art. I don't be wanting to talk about that all the time. And this is like related, but not. But also it's difficult for me to have conversations with people that are the same. Like, okay, for example, that small talk, like at work, people would ask me the same questions. Like, oh, you got any babies due soon? Or how's art? Like, it's always the same question. It's not, I mean, it's like, I know it's reflective of the very little that people know about me in that space. But at the same time, it'd be like, I don't want to talk about that today.
That's why I just don't talk to nobody.
I mean, I'm kind. People, like, a lot of times people.
I mean, I speak to, like, when I walk past people.
Will just start talking to me, which I don't mind. But it's like, there's never any intention to get to know me on a deeper level. It's always leaning into the surface level of what they know about me. They never ask any other kind of questions. And it's not everybody. It's just some people that I've noticed I've come in contact with that do that. And I'm like,
do you desire that though? Like, because I'm the exact opposite. Like, I don't want people I hate when people ask me questions. Like, I'd be like I speak to people at work and we might talk about, I might walk around and talk to people about cases or like stuff that's going on. Like, oh, did you see this such and such happened? Did you see the Lions game last night? I might make superficial conversation like that. But when I do go in the office, I literally stay in my office with the door closed all day. I literally walk past people to go to the bathroom. I have to pass like 2 or 3 receptionists to go to the bathroom. And like maybe 1 or 2 other attorneys, and then I go to get coffee out of the kitchen sometimes or get tea, and that's really it. And I just be like in my own world. I don't know, like, it's weird because I've been thinking about that lately. I think since one of the last conversations we had, I'm like, why am I like that? Like, I just don't desire to, like,
I don't mind it. Like, I don't walk into
talk to people and know people, because like they want me to go to all these networking events, like all these different bar association events for work, and I'm like, no thanks. Like, that's just not my personality. Like, I'm not a name dropper type of person. Like, I don't care to be like, oh, well, I met this person, I know this person, or I know these people who do this. Like, I don't really care. Like, anything I want to.
I know so many people that people don't know I know.
And that's, but I'm just saying, like, I don't even want people to know me. Like, I like being a very under the radar person. Like, I used to get mad when, like, one of my friends used to tell people, like, oh, this is my friend, she a lawyer. Don't tell people that. Like, I just want to walk through this planet doing stuff for people behind the scenes. I don't want a big name. I don't want all of that stuff. Like, I'm just not one of those.
I wanted to see my foot good.
I want people to know who I am type of people. Like, I like the person to be behind the scenes with the money, writing the checks, that go in the store and nobody suspects it's me. Like, I don't.
You're an angel investor.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people who wants their name on everything. Like, for example, on our website for work, I don't want my face on there. You can put my name. I might tell these people what law school I went to. They be like, why you don't have your law degrees up in the office at work? No, it doesn't matter. Y'all know I got one. Y'all hired me. I would not be here without one. Why do I need to display all of that? I don't have to prove that to nobody. I'm who I am, baby. Trust me. I know I got the degree, baby. My bank account and my student loan, my credit report know I got the degree. I don't need nobody else validating what I got because of who I am. So I just be one of the people, I don't be trying to network and stuff like, and I know I have to get better about that. But I just feel like, and I think because I'm such a Capricorn, and like, I just feel like I could do everything myself. So I'm never one of those people that be like, oh, I feel like I got to network with these people so they can help me with this. I'd be like, I'll figure it out on my own. I manifest it. I pray for it, and I'm going to get it, because I always do. So I have always been one of the people that be like, yeah, I'll just do stuff on my own, and I'll be straight with it. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, I understand that. And I don't mind. Like, I don't mind people asking me things that are beneath the surface or making it, like, I don't mind people intentionally trying to get to know me on a deeper level, because I respect intention. And depending on the person in a conversation, you know, I may tell them more, I may not. And it also depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I also have my times where I'm just like, yeah, I really don't want to share too much today, or I just don't want to feel like I'm oversharing. But that's really interesting. I feel like I'm similar in that way of just like to be, I'm a very low-key person, but I am very intentional about connections that I feel are genuine connections. So if I think that there's genuinely something there, I don't mind reaching out to people to say, hey, you want to get together? Like, let's grab coffee or tea or something, to keep the relationship going, to try to get to know you and build, you know, our relationship or friendship, whatever. Like, I don't mind that. But, you know, you got to catch me in that season sometimes, because I be under my rock like Patrick Star.
Like, people, I always tell people, like, if you want to see me, you got to call me and ask me to go somewhere, because I'm never going to be the one, like, to call somebody. I'll just go by myself. Like, I've just always been that person. And I think because I move on my own time, I don't like waiting on people. So, like, I don't want to be like, oh, you want to go somewhere Tuesday at this time? And they like, oh, no, I can't go. I don't want to go no more then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't be like, well, next Wednesday, because next Wednesday I'm not going to want to go. Like, nah. So I just be moving. Like, and I've always tried to be better than that. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't like to be like that. And it's weird because I can tell one of my nieces is like that. Our birthdays are a week apart. And she's becoming that way. And so I keep saying, go out, you need to do this, you need to do this. And she be like, I don't want to. And I'm like, stop, you acting like me. I don't want you to be like that, because I be like, you got to go out and be social and have a good time. But she just be like, it ain't nothing out there for me. Like, I don't be feeling it when I'm out there. Like, I don't want the fake connection. I just be feeling good at home on the couch, like chilling. And I can't argue with it, because it hasn't failed me yet. I'm going to put it that way. It hasn't failed me yet. So, I don't know. You know, lately I've been telling people, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, I'm trying to do better, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I get it. I feel like there's value to knowing. I mean, not that you don't know how to connect with people. Like, I think that you connect with people very well. There's a value in that, and I think there's value in being open to whatever, like, you know, whatever connections come your way. I think it's so interesting though, like, when people are out with me. The other day we went to Vesper Books and Wine. It's not necessarily downtown, but it's a really nice bookshop, and they sell wine. They have a wine bar. It's a little on the pricier side, but that's just my my take on it. Anyway, we go in the spot and we're leaving out, and I stopped to speak to this lady that I'm in this program with. And so Janelle just kept walking.
Yeah.
She just kept walking because she was like, when we got outside, she was like, I mean, what's new? Like, we go somewhere and Diamond knows somebody. Like, everywhere we go, she knows somebody. That part, obviously, is not something that I can control. But it just made me think about how you said, I'm not a name dropping kind of person, or I am not that person either. But people are always so shocked. Like, if you have never been out with me, or just to know the fact that I don't really be out like that, it's surprising to somebody that hasn't seen me in that space. Yeah. When we go places and they're like, how do you know these people? My ex, he would be like, in the beginning of us dating, he asked me like, what do you do like for a living? Like, because you know so many people, but I don't
I be
harp
knowing
on
people,
that.
but I don't like that. Like, I don't like that feeling of like, I can't go somewhere and just go and enjoy myself. I hate for somebody to stop me and be like, oh my God, how you been? All this other stuff. Is like, I'm doing something. Like, leave me alone. This is a social hour. I'm trying to get my groceries and go home. Like, I don't know. Like, and I think I've gotten better about it the older I've gotten, because I feel like if I can interact in those little moments, it stops me from needing to interact with you later on. Mm-hmm. But when I was younger, I used to be so bad about it. Like, when I saw somebody in the store, I would literally walk the other way and be like, please, Lord, don't let them see me, because I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, I be trying to just get in and out. And then most of the time now, I'm not gonna lie, like, I disconnect myself from the world so much on purpose, because I like to do stuff while I'm doing mindless activities, like listen to audiobooks. So like, most of the time, if you ever approach me, like, or see me in a Target or Meijer or somewhere like that, if you try to call my name, more than likely I'm not gonna hear you, because I'm probably wearing an earbud in one of my ears and I'm listening to something. I'm listening, more than likely 75% of the time it's gonna be an audiobook. The other 25% of the time it might be a phone conversation, it might be music, but more than likely it's an audiobook. And when I'm listening and I'm in the store and I'm doing something, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So like, people be like, I thought I saw you in the store and you ain't say nothing back. I'd be like, girl, I'm shopping. Like, I was in the zone.
You probably did.
Yeah,
you probably did.
I was in the
store. And I probably did not say anything. I do the same thing sometimes when I'm grocery shopping. I might be listening to an audiobook or listening to some music. It just depends. So I get that 1,000%. And another thing, like, the people that I do know, oftentimes when I'm out, most of the time, it's people that I have more surface level connections with. Like, they're not people that could tell you anything deeply personal about me.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So that's another thing. It's like, you know, I lean into, I don't put too much emphasis on it. And I think that's the other part about it. Like, yes, I know a lot of people, but a lot of people don't know me. They don't know me in the depth of everything. So I think that's mad interesting. Do we have, I don't think we have a confession for today.
Nope, we do not.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of The Soulful Stir. And we have one more episode before we wrap for this season, y'all.
Yep, season finale coming up next.
Yeah, season finale is coming up next. So thank you for joining us on this very interesting, fun ride this year and listening to all of our ideas and takes on things. We really appreciate it. Follow us on everything at The Soulful Stir, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and engage with our content. Comment, like, subscribe, leave us a review on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube, wherever you can leave a review. We really appreciate it. Any other announcements for the folks?
Nope, that's it, y'all.
All right, well, thank y'all again for tuning in, and we will see y'all. Well, not see y'all literally, but
We'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week with the season finale.